Welcome to Lightroom Basics, one slider at a time. A three-part guide for people who've opened Lightroom, dragged every slider to 100, and wondered why their photo looks like a radioactive painting. Here I will explain as well as I possibly can what each slider does, how not to butcher your image, and when to stop touching things. If you've ever asked why does my skin look orange, or why does my photo look like a soup made of contrast and regret, you're in the right place. Let's start with the primaries and try not to ruin everything. Now, let me paint you a scene. You've just come home from a photo walk, you're feeling good, the shots feel right, the light was soft, you load the raws from your camera into Lightroom and they look like someone sneezed on the lens cap. Flat, confused, not what you remembered, so you panic. Contrast to 100, highlights down, shadows up, you slap on a preset and pray. It's basically ruined. That's why this matters. Today, we talk about the primaries, not filters, not styles, not color grading, the 6 sliders that shape the foundation of your photo. Exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks. This isn't about chasing looks, it's about building structure, because presets don't save you if your base is broken. Let's start with the first, exposure. Exposure shifts everything. It moves the entire histogram, darks, mids, brights, all together, as you can see here. It's not brightness, it's global. If your whole image is too dark, exposure lifts it. If it's too bright, exposure brings it back. But here's the trap. Using it to fix local issues. If only the face is dark, like my subject here, he's a bit darker, I would like to bring him up. Exposure isn't the answer. Let me show you. This photograph right here, the subject is too dark, like I said. If I bring the exposure up, he will be exposed properly, but everything else around him will be overexposed. Everything will be too bright. The image loses contrast and it's just basically ruined. Let's reset. I'll keep the exposure untouched and instead I'll lift the shadows. Recover the face without blowing the background. Better. The takeaway: use exposure when the whole frame is wrong, use other sliders when you need precision. Now let's talk about highlights. Highlights control the bright areas, not overall brightness, just the top end. It's for fixing blown out shades, or in this case, some reflections on the wall. If it's too distracting, you can bring it down with highlights. Let me show you. Take the highlights. If you notice, the overexposed bits of the wall is basically tamed. So highlights at 0 is too harsh. Your photograph loses life. So I will bring the highlights all the way to about maybe here. The picture softens, texture comes back, but the glow remains. Bring it to -100, it's flat, lifeless. We essentially killed the light. Highlights aren't about punishment, it's about restraint. Small moves, that's the difference between recovery and ruin. Now, shadows. This one really gets overused like sugar in bad coffee. Everyone lifts the shadows all the way up. Look, I can see into every single corner. Look at that. Yeah, but why? Shadows give your photo depth. They define direction. When you lift them too much, you flatten everything. Let me show you an example on this photograph. So, the subject is okay, it's well lit, it can be quite adjusted. Some of the shadows under here, you can't see it. It's quite moody. It's alright. It's a bit flat. We'll work on that later. Raise the shadows to about 50. You see more. You also introduce noise. You lose the vibe. Plus 100. It looks like footage from a surveillance camera. Let's bring it back. Maybe plus 20. Maybe it's plus 25. Now the mood stays. but the detail is there. Look at the detail here. Remember, darkness is allowed to exist. Don't reveal what should remain silent. Now, whites. Whites are misunderstood. They're not the same as exposure or highlights. Whites push the top end. They tell Lightroom where your brightest details live. Let's use another frame. For example, this one. Very clearly overexposed. Direct sunlight, bright sunlight, I messed up. It's whites at 0, very, very prominent. Now, if we actually pull it down, you actually gain a bit of detail back, especially in the styrofoam and what have you. So yeah, those are whites. If you actually push it up, it brightens the image further. So I would park my whites somewhere around here where I can see detail. If you push it down too much, the picture again will be dull as well. So yeah, there you go. Right, so the whites are for contrast and for presence, not glow sticks. Now, the opposite end, blacks. This is your base, your floor. Black sets the boundary for your deepest tones. We'll work on this photograph. So, right, natural light is still there, but the black's behind him. There's a shadow over there. Black's at 0, okay, you can't really see the detail over there. So if you bring it up, you start seeing stuff in the shadows. In the blacks, I mean, you start lifting it up. If you bring it down even further, it gives you more contrast. The blacks basically anchor your image. I would actually push the blacks up a little bit in this image to bring the detail up there. If you look at your histogram as well, you don't want to clip your blacks as well. At least I don't want to clip the blacks. So I'm going to raise it up to about +30 to see all the detail in the background. So yeah, balance is key. Use blacks to define the base, not to crush it. And now, probably the most abused slider of all, contrast. Contrast is a punch to the face. It stretches the lights and darks apart, but it doesn't care about nuance. When people don't know what to do, they reach for contrast. But here's the truth. If you use exposure, highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks properly, to be honest, you barely need it. I use it as a stylizing tool rather than necessity. Let me show you. For example, this photograph over here. It's alright, it's quite well balanced, but if you push the contrast up, everything hardens. Midtones disappear because you're pulling apart the image, you're pushing the blacks downwards and you're pushing the whites upwards. Let's reset that. Push the contrast to about +10, and that's basically enough. Contrast is a seasoning, not the meal. Use it last, use it gently. So let's recap. You've now met the 6 primaries: exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks. Exposure for global balance, highlights for controlling bright areas, shadows for revealing depths, whites for contrast and pop, blacks for weight and mood, and contrast for final tuning. Together, they shape the skeleton of your photograph. Not the mood, not the style, the base. You haven't touched color, you haven't graded, you haven't chased the look, and yet your photo feels complete, it feels grounded, intentional. Right, let me use all those tools together now to show you what I mean. So the exposure looks good. I can turn down the shadows a little bit to regain the detail on this. Push the whites a little bit further. Oh, and you can actually hold Shift and control your whites. Hang on. Oh, Option to see if your whites are clipping. Push down the whites to make sure nothing is clipping. Same as shadows, I don't need much. Same as blacks, I don't need much. Push down the whites, lift the shadows up a little bit, just a slight bit, and there you go. Before and after. You see, it brings balance to the image. Actually, I will push the white brighter that slight bit because I lost some light over here. So yeah, a good photo doesn't need saving. It just needs a bit of a touch to balance things out, and it begins with the primaries.